What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your Nintendo Enthusiast Class vs. Crass Nintendo podcast on this wonderful Sunday evening on 9 p.m. Eastern Time, our time. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Lapine. Joining me, as always, the co-host from down south, Sean Long. How are you doing?
Yo. What up?
Or you just say yo.
All right. I was talking to Magic Tech Review. He kind of...
All right, whatever. And joining us on the special final Class vs. Crass podcast for 2016, we have a special guest. Justin is joining us from the Nintendo Dads podcast.
Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Justin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. It is it's only about 7 o'clock my time, and it is deep cold here, but it's doing fantastic.
Great. Well, it's good to have you. You're based out of Canada too, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm out of Western Canada, out of Lethbridge, Alberta, actually.
Oh man, it's a lot colder over there.
So it is. So it's like a two against one, Canadians against Americans, I believe, for this episode. So
that's how I like it.
Extra polite and extra poutine, eh?
You know what? We actually ended the last show on poutine, and Sean doesn't want to try it.
What, Sean? You're missing out.
No, I don't try things.
Because Mr. here has such a fine palate that he doesn't taste new things that didn't come out after 1996 or something.
Nice. There you go.
He's a cranky one. So Justin, I'm going to put you on the spotlight. Actually, before I put you on the spotlight, quick introduction for anyone who's joining us here for the first time. First of all, welcome to Class vs. Crass. This is about a 1-hour podcast that we have every week where we talk Nintendo for an hour. Tonight we might go over for an hour and a half. It's a bit of a special holiday episode. We usually start it with what have you been playing? That's where we all talk about what we've been playing over the past week in the Nintendo world, and sometimes we dabble in other stuff. Then we get into the major Nintendo headlines, what's making the news. Of course, we've got new rumors, as always. We've got Mario Run that came out last week, so we got some good stuff to talk about there. For this holiday special, we have a few. We're going to be looking back at 2016, looking at what we liked the most about it, what we didn't like in the gaming world, and we're going to have a few holiday gift ideas for you guys. And then we're going to wrap it up with a lightning round. That's where we take your user questions and topics. So it's going to be a good time. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. Now, before we get started, Justin, for anyone who's not familiar with Nintendo Dads, can you kind of give us a little bit of an overview of kind of what's your podcast about, how to get started, where you guys from, like
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So our podcast has been going on for just over 2 years. There are 4 gentlemen, myself, Marty Estes, Jesse Waldak, and Zach Erickson, 2 Americans, 2 Canadians, and we grew up playing Nintendo, and we are now dads, and we have our own kids, and we're growing up and raising these children. And so our podcast, Nintendo Dads, is about covering Nintendo news, but also with a parenting spin. So how do you raise kids in this gaming world? What do you play with kids? What do you play as a family? What are some challenges that you might face as a parent in video gaming culture? Right. So we've talked about stuff like how women are portrayed in video games, violence in video games, and we've built a community over these two and a bit years of people who like that kind of topic, and it's been great. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, all that kind of stuff, YouTube, and all the social medias for Nintendo Dads as well. But yeah, it's been great, and we've had great guests on, such as yourself, Jason. Probably have Sean in the future as he guzzles back Dr. Pepper.
You're gonna have to censor him quite a bit, I think.
I could behave, man.
There you go. But we've had some great guests. We've had Per Schneider from IGN join us, Blake Harris, Victor Lucas, Andre from Game Explain.
I am very jealous of your guests.
Yeah, it's been great just to kind of bring these people together and just also ask them about their approach for commentary on Nintendo. So yeah, we've loved it, and just meeting with people like you guys is just great too.
Awesome. So it sounds like so if anyone has not heard of Nintendo Dads and you are looking for another podcast and a little bit more of a family oriented discussion, do head over there. I think you guys are on YouTube. What are your other sites?
Yeah, so we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All just search Nintendo Dads and you'll find us. And then we're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. There we go. Those are the ones we're on.
All right, awesome. And for us, a little note on us. If you don't want to watch Class vs. Crass here on YouTube, you can always find us on SoundCloud and iTunes. the episode does get uploaded within 12 to 24 hours after it airs on the Sunday night. So enough of that. Let's get into what have you been playing. Sean, what have you been playing?
So what was the name of that game you gave me to review? I can never remember the name because it's
Super
weird.
Mario Run.
No, not that one. The other one. The one by the Factotum guy.
Was it Octoper?
No, it was the other one.
Okay, hang on. I'm pulling it up. Okay, so he had
It's a
Octocopter is what I was trying to say. And
No, it
the
wasn't
other
that
one
one.
is Radiant Flux Hyperfractal.
That's the one. Radiant Flux Hyperfractal on the Wii U is what I've been playing as far as modern stuff goes. Really interesting game. I'll probably write the review after this show. I liked it. It was good. Really, it's short, but it's pretty good for what it does. And I played a lot of NES stuff because I had a new clone system to review, so I had to play a bunch of crap on that. And yes, I downloaded the free version of Super Mario Run. I'm not paying $10 for that nonsense. But it wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. If I didn't have any, like taste in gaming or whatever, I would totally pick up the $10 version. But it was okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a bit. Justin, what have you been playing?
You know what? I have been playing a tasteless game called Super Mario Run.
Oh, no.
What I'm told. No, actually, I haven't. I've been playing Super Mario Run. That's kind of been on the mind. And then from like a modern game, what have you been playing? It's obviously been very quiet on the Wii U and 3DS front, but still batting around some Pokemon Sun and Moon, actually.
All right. As for myself, also been dabbling in Mario Run. Of course, I did write the review for Nintendo Enthusiasts, so that's available on the channel or at enthusiast.gg if you would rather read than watch. Did a little bit of Smash Brothers today on the Wii U, and still dabbling in Final Fantasy 15 because, yep, that's one of my favorite games of 2016. Officially now, I can say it. My favorite Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 7. That game is doing some good stuff. Yeah, laugh it up.
Oh my
Laugh it up,
god.
Sean. Do you like any Final Fantasies? Yeah, because that's what I sound like. Yeah.
My favorite. Yeah. I liked 3 and 4 on the DS were absolutely fantastic. I thought 8 was actually pretty fun.
I would not
10
have thought
had
you
its
would have
moments.
liked 8.
10 had its. I'm sorry, I'm still talking. 10 had its moments.
Was it the ballroom scene that you liked in 8?
It was a very I can like cultured stuff. I just don't have to be a cultured person. But yeah, I mean those were all good. 7, to say you sound like a Call of Duty guy. I like Call of Duty, Madden, and Final Fantasy 7 is the best RPG ever, and this is the best one since because they all have hair.
I did not say Final Fantasy 7 is the best RPG. I just happen to enjoy it genuinely as a Final Fantasy entry.
You said it was the best Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 15 is the best Final Fantasy since 7 for me. Personally, I think my favorite is probably 4 on the DS.
Ah, about time.
About time. It always has been. Love the Red Wings theme. So.
Detroit?
No, the Red Wings.
Comes back to
Red
hockey.
All right, let's talk about Mario Run.
All right.
Justin, you're gonna be the voice of reason tonight. So
Okay.
Mario Run, do you actually enjoy it?
Here's the thing: is I enjoyed it for about the first hour, and that was about 50 minutes after I had already purchased the full thing.
I don't think you're supposed to play it longer than that consecutively.
Yeah. So I've finished. I've gone through all the levels. I have beaten it. I haven't got all the stars and that yet. I really enjoy the Toad Rally component of it. I think that's kind of fun. I like kind of challenging myself against the other people's ghost data. I am disappointed that I can't directly challenge a friend. I can't directly go to you, Jason, and be like, against you. That I'm disappointed in. The Kingdom Builder I find is just fluff for no reason for being there and kind of annoying, to be completely honest.
Curious, being a father, have your kids played this?
Yes. Now see, and there's the different perspective. So my daughters really love it. They really think it's quite cool. They enjoy all those aspects of the kingdom building, and they enjoy playing it and jumping around. Although every time I hear my daughter tap the iPad and she taps it really, really hard, like as if it's an actual button, and it's not, my heart breaks a little bit inside, thinking that I'm gonna have to replace that iPad. But she really enjoys it, and you can see the replay value and the fun that she has with it. I think it's great. They love it. For all the of us who have played traditional Mario games in the past, I find it very thin. Oh, if I would have normally, I probably would have still picked it up just for the girls, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I'd like to. I don't feel like there's as much depth there as I want to. And you know, I don't know, and I know the internet's all angry about how much it cost. I didn't think it was horrible. I'm glad it was at least a one-time purchase and not micro transaction everything. But I want to see what Nintendo has in the pipelines for, like, what's the next level of this? What's the next variation or thing they put out on it? I do think there's a lot of hype around it. I think Nintendo sold or downloaded a lot of copies in the first day or two, which is great for them. I'm sure their stock and their stockholders will be happy with the return on it. But I don't know if there's a whole lot there beyond a far enjoyment for Toad Rally.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. You know, I have my whole thoughts fleshed on the review, so I'm a little repetitive here. But same thing with my kid. He really loved Kingdom Builder, which is one thing I don't care for. So it's interesting that a younger audience actually does enjoy that. Toad Rally is amazing. While there aren't a lot of levels, I think it's a good game. I think it's pretty... You know, I'm just going to praise it. So let's just hear Sean's thoughts, because I know he's kind of what everybody wants to hear. Hate on.
I'm actually playing it right now.
Yeah. Oh wow. Like, willingly?
I mean, no, Jason. Somebody has a gun to my head off screen and is telling me to play Super Mario. I think it does cost too much. I do feel the $10 price tag is too high. For what you get, it should have been maybe 7. You know, 7's a nice number, maybe 8. Yeah, 10. No, I don't see $10 worth of value in the game, because, you know, once you get, there's no strategy to it. And Endless Runner is just learning how to jump and navigate. And I mean, the little one-on-one races where you race against someone, there's a little more strategy in that or whatever, and that helps, you know, build Toad stuff in the Toad Kingdom. Oh, I won by 2 points. Yeah, suck it, Ray. But yeah, like I don't know.
But Sean, isn't there strategy in the precision of, like, the pink, purple, and black coins?
I think so.
Yes. I mean, yeah. But here's the thing. If I play a Mario game, you know, I could play Super Mario 1 and still want to play through it again and again and again. Same thing with pretty much every entry in the mainline Mario franchise. Is this a game that, you know, in 5 months, a year, I'm going to want to play again? Hell no. Like, I'll probably delete it in like a week or something. Like, there's no substance. And I think it's going to be a lot like Pokemon Go, where everyone's excited for it initially, and then 2 weeks later, you know, people don't care. And you could say, oh, well, Pokemon Go is grossing all this money. And yeah, it's still making money. There's still a dedicated fan base, but it's not that mass phenomenon. Don't you remember every freaking day Pokemon Go was, oh, person plays Pokemon Go, finds dead body, runs into car, kills themselves or something. Now you don't hear anything about Pokemon Go except actual stuff about the game, because the mass appeal. I think it's just, you know, it's a diversion. And I mean, I guess that's what mobile games are in and of itself. Excuse me, cell phone games. Let me tell you guys something. When the hell, I don't care that we're getting off track. When the hell did mobile games extend to handheld games? When did that term mobile gaming include handheld gaming?
What are you referencing?
I made a video about the Switch over on the side channel, and I said something that I was not into mobile gaming, and everyone's like, you got DS games and you got a 3DS behind you. And I'm like, yeah, I said mobile gaming as in mobile, a mobile phone, as in a mobile tablet, not a dedicated handheld device. I had to make a comment specifying what I meant by by mobile gaming, as in a phone and a tablet, not a dedicated handheld device.
Right.
What is wrong with people?
But people are defining mobile and any time that you can go somewhere with something.
Right, it's stupid. So is a laptop, is PC gaming mobile gaming? Because a laptop you can bring wherever you want. Mobile gaming and handheld gaming are two completely different things. Stop it. Stop this trend. Hashtag.
I haven't seen any indication of this trend on my end.
Dude, it's so bad. The problem is that video, I made that video because they sent me a wrong power supply on that NES clone. And I was sitting there on Wednesday and I was like, I need to make a video. And I was like, well, I've been kind of enjoying the Switch stuff lately. I was probably pretty wrong about that. Let me make a video about that. And that video caught on fire and it's got an astronomical amount of views. So a lot of people aren't used to me or whatever are starting to come over there and they're like, yeah, you said mobile, but you have DS and 3DS games. And I'm like, dude, what kind
of people like take the time to watch your video, like then, I'm going to write a comment because he said something that doesn't correspond with my opinion or my thought or my perception.
I have literally had over 100 comments on that alone.
Wow.
On that video. Literally over 100.
That's very discouraging.
It's insane, dude. I'm going to make a damn video. That's my next video. Mobile gaming and handheld gaming are two different things. Do not cross the streams. For
sure. They're very different game experiences too. Like you can argue whatever you want about the hardware, but the game experience is very different.
It's completely different. Like God almighty. You know who I blame? The Game Awards, because they lump mobile and handheld into the same thing.
You know what? I would agree with you on that, Sean. Like that they need to parcel that out better. Because they are two different platform areas to play.
It is completely different. Maybe in 5 to 10 years, okay, they'll probably be a lot more blended together. But as of right now, good luck playing Dragon Quest VII on your little mobile handheld device there, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it anymore. Someone will get triggered. Leave me a comment, just like the video. I don't care about phones.
It went like up in the screen, and then you brought your hand down, and it was no longer in your hand.
I was like, did it never come back? Is it still up there?
No, it hit the desk. It hit the desk.
Okay. You probably will see Dragon Quest one day on the phones. I mean, all the old Final Fantasies are there now.
Okay, but those are they're not the remakes, though. They're the pixel versions.
Yeah, the old 16-bit ones.
Yeah.
I guess here's a question, Sean. I want to lean into your kind of rant here for a little bit, and Jason, be curious because we do know that there has been some success with Super Mario Run,
right?
Sure. Like we really can't deny that. People have bought it. What do you think this will indicate now for Nintendo's foray into mobile market now? With what you've seen, if this is kind of like their first go at it, what do you think it might mean for the future?
I think you're gonna. I honestly feel that this will be, what's the word I'm looking for? This will be an exception, not commonplace, as far as price and amount of content. Because Animal Crossing is going to be the most stripped down Tomodachi life with microtransactions at the ass ever. I could really foresee Fire Emblem being the same thing. Didn't they say they're both free to start too? Maybe, I don't know. I could be pulling that out of my ass, but I don't think games like Super Mario Run will be an exception, just because I think they're going to see a very sharp decline in interest in this game. Like, unless they planning, additional content and stuff, and then at what point, what do you price that at? And I don't know.
No.
They're nice little boosts for money. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be a mainstay.
So I've got two comments. First one on yours, Sean. You're talking a lot about this game not being successful in the sense that people won't be talking about it or playing it 6 months from now. And I'm not sure that's necessarily an indication when you're talking about mobile gaming of it being successful. A lot of mobile games, that's what it is. You get the launch, it spikes, and then it's just a long tail, and people move on to other games. And by the sounds of it, if Nintendo releases, let's say, 5 mobile games a year, the idea is that that crowd would move on to the other. Now, I also agree with you where you say this is an exception. It's their first one. It's Mario, which has, a lot more appeal than say Fire Emblem or Animal Crossing. It's heavily tied into with like the Apple brand because it was at the Apple conference, and pretty much it's the whole Apple audience that has access to it now. So I guess to get to your question, Justin, what does this mean for the future of Nintendo? I don't think it's going to change much. I believe that Nintendo is smart enough to recognize that there was potential in mobile, and I think that their strategy so far is playing out very well with it. And if they stay true to what they said a few years ago, that mobile is how they're going to reach that casual audience that they once had on the Wii and that have moved on, and they're going to try to use all these mobile games to bring that audience back to more the console gaming, more hardcore game. If that plays out the way that they want to, then it's still good. But if not, like Sean said, it's easy money for them. And I don't think it needs to. I don't think Mario Run needs to get new content. Would it be great? Yeah, but I mean, they've got your money already. Why do they need to please you more? Like, okay, sure, DLC, another $5 to get another 20 levels. Sure. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting, right? Because they were so hesitant to go into this market, right? They kind of dragged their feet. They've gone into it now. They're going to see high return in revenue, right? I imagine the development cost is low, the return is high. From a stockholder or share perspective, that's a good thing. Apple's going to get their cut, not a shock there. This is going to stay in the Apple Store banner for the next 3 weeks before the Christmas lockdown. So they're getting high publicity, right? And I just kind of wonder, how does that impact their gaming going forward? Do they see such a success mobily from a financial perspective that they begin to port and change and move their perspective and their vision of what they need to be putting on the device, right? I do agree absolutely with you, Jason. A mobile game should not have a long life to it, right? It's kind of peaks for a little bit and then disappears after several months, right? Like we're not going to keep coming back and back to it as long as they get their financing and their money for it, right? So I'm just kind of curious. It'll be interesting to see how it changes. I am interested to see what their vision is going to be of Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem. I think it's going to give us a bigger kind of framework of where their vision is. I think they were smart to run with Mario first, no pun intended there, but I do think it was a good choice.
This was a topic that Sean was actually very vocal about when they first announced Mario Run. The whole the slippery slope that they find too much success in mobile. So, Sean, has your opinion of that changed?
Yeah. I slightly, because I don't think they're gonna see success from mobile. Because the game's been downloaded, I think up to 5 million times, but there's no way in hell, that every single person that downloaded it. Me personally, the only person I know that got the whole version is Jason. Like most of my friends or whatever. Oh, okay, yeah. Whatever. So 2 people out of like probably 25, 30 people that I've talked to about it. So, I think it's going to just be supplemental money, because I just don't foresee it catching, fire. Like for every success story in mobile gaming, there's a million failures. It's like a YouTube channel sort of thing. So,
but I mean, I guess the statement is so let's say we have 5 million people have downloaded it, right? Let's say it's a number right now. Let's say let's just say half of those people actually paid the $10 for it, right? And I'll say that's 10 USD. That's 10 USD. That's $14 Canadian, by the way, might I add.
Hurts.
But let's say it's at that. Let's say $10 at 2.5 million. They just brought in $250 million on this game. Well, I mean, not brought in, but how much they brought. Apple takes their 30, right? Like that's a high amount of money for a low, like probably low effort.
I don't think it sold nearly anywhere half. I personally, I feel the sell-through rate on this would be 15% tops.
Regardless, so, I think you can definitely argue though that their return on investment is way better than than most of their Wii U games. Let's say or any console game. Sure. There's a lot more risk in that investment. So in the case of Super Mario Run, I agree with Justin that they'll probably see like, wow, this is great return on investment. But I think they'd be very foolish to think that they can pull that off every time.
Yeah. My hope is that they move that money, right? Like, oh, stockholders are happy. Stop biting at us. Now we're going to move some funds over to make sure that we have our supply chains properly allocated for like Switch distribution, that we have proper funding for games, that we've worked properly with third parties, second party developers, and we're moving that funding into further development of home and on the go consoles. Notice I didn't say mobile.
Yes.
Don't want you to get upset about that one.
And going to theme parks too now. You got that money.
Yeah, and theme parks, right? So there's some there'd be dollar bills everywhere, y'all.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's what I think. The future will tell, though, what they do with this success.
Absolutely.
But yeah. All right. Before we get into our lists of look back on 2016. Is there any other news you guys want to cover? I know just before we went live, Justin, you brought up a rumor that you had heard through the grapevine.
Yeah, there's two rumors I heard through the grapevine in the last 48 hours. The first one was that the Pokemon Go for the Apple Watch was killed or canceled. Then Pokemon Go, the actual Twitter account, came out and said, no, it's still in development. So it should be coming soon. So I thought that was very interesting. The other rumor I heard was that the Wii U version of Breath of the Wild was officially canceled, but I believe those are all rumors.
I think so too. Where did the Legend of Zelda one? I saw that. Where did the Zelda canceled come from?
Some random website, and then Review Tech did a video on it because he didn't research it. Yeah.
Good call out. I don't know. That'd be just ridiculous because I can't see anybody who doesn't have a Wii U buying a Wii U to get Breath of the Wild. Like, just go Switch. Like, the only thing you're doing by releasing the Wii U version is you're pleasing those that invested in your platform 3-4 years ago. So it's very nonsensical to cancel it. Like, the game runs on the Wii U. The delay is just localization. So,
well, I mean, they just showed it. They just showed it at the Game Awards, playing on the Wii U.
Right.
Like, if it was canceled, I don't think they would have wasted their time doing that.
And the rumors we got on why it was delayed from way more credible sources is that its localization is taking time, all the translations. So yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that.
Nope.
All right, so let's get into any other news that I missed. Anything else happened last week?
No.
All right, people in the chat, if there's anything we miss, do let me know. We'll bring it back up in the lightning round at the end of the podcast. So let's get into our 2016 review. So before the show, I asked Sean and Justin to put together their 5 favorite moments in gaming in 2016 and their 5 worst moments. So let's start off on a good note and start off with Justin. You good to go first with your 5 favorite moments of 2016?
I am. Now, I will tell you, mine are all Nintendo-based because that's kind of my primary platform. Mm-hmm. So, number 1 being the Switch reveal. That was a favorite moment for sure. Not a shocker on that one. About damn time. My second favorite was actually the Breath of the Wild trailer at E3. I thought that was fantastic. Kind of get the hype on it. You're going to see also why that also was a worst moment, but I'll tell you about that one later. Pokemon Go success, I thought was one of my favorite moments. I thought it was great to see the success that they were having. It kind of re-pushed Pokemon into the conscious of the public, got people out, got people moving around. I thought it was a great success for Nintendo, especially moving into Sun and Moon. Mm-hmm. Personally, I have here Axiom Verge coming to the Wii U. That was one of my favorite moments. Because I think what this really helped to indicate was, again, the strength and partnership that Nintendo had with indie developers, because indies have really been what has helped them kind of keep the Wii U alive for the last several years when third parties weren't there. So I thought Axiom Verge was a fantastic addition, and I love the Metroidvania game. And then my number 5 was the Nintendo's increased brand partnership. So we saw this with Vans. We have seen this now with the Universal. So I think that they are diversifying their brand portfolio, which I think is good for them, which only helps to kind of create more Nintendo moments in the conscientious of society and the general populace. So those are kind of my favorite 5 moments.
I'm going to have to redo half my lists because they're basically the same thing. How far did you get into Axiom Verge?
I've got about 4 or 5 hours into it, and it's one of those things of like I just want to slowly consume it because I know when it's over, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm just really, yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's
There's
fantastic.
going to be a lot for you to enjoy, though. If you're trying to get all the weapons and like if you're going for 100% completion, there's
Yeah,
a ridiculous amount of stuff to find.
that's awesome.
I
And
think there,
we'd actually just come off we had just come off of the retro rewind our episode of Super Metroid, and then we'd like fallen right into this. So it was just a perfect kind of connection.
nice. I did the
Yeah,
reverse,
it's
so
great.
I did Action Verge
Yeah,
over on my channel, and then I started. I went over to Super Metroid after,
yeah,
and now I want to dabble in all the other Metroid games.
yeah. So good, so good.
All right, Sean, what are your 5 favorite moments of 2016?
Hold on, I just had to switch something up, so I'm
All right,
retyping
I
it.
can't. Okay, I'll go then. So
Okay.
I'll go from best to number 1. I also had Switch reveal, but I did have a backup in case, because I figured you guys would say this as well. And this was very personal, but my history of Nintendo at E3 project. This was, you roll your eyes, Sean, but this was a big moment for me in 2016. It was like a 100-hour project, lots of research. I learned a lot of stuff, and it was a highlight of 2016 for me. Then number 2 is the Breath of the Wild at E3. Just I spent, the whole day just what?
You're gonna hate me. Nothing.
All right. I just spent that whole day when they revealed the trailer, and then they had the live stream. Like I was at work and I was just listening to the treehouse all day, just taking in all this news, all this stuff. It was crazy. Number 3, same as you, Pokemon Go. I got hooked into the phenomenon. It was amazing to see so many people talk about gaming, to see so many people outside connecting over Pokemon. Like it was unbelievable. You just walk outside and you could tell if someone was playing Pokemon, and you'd talk about Pokemon with complete strangers. It was just really a unique phenomenon that I don't know if we'll ever see again in that scale. Okay, a lot of people will probably laugh at this, but Star Fox Zero. Unpopular opinion.
That's not bad. I had it on my initial list, but it got bumped.
Oh. I'm really glad, Sean, that this is one thing that we actually agree on because you're the only person that I've found that agrees with me on this. But I was
It's a good game.
It is a good game, and I was super hyped for it in early 2016, and then it launched. Of course, learned how to play it, and I had a good time with it. It was a good game. I loved it. And my number 5 is Fire Emblem Fates, because this is the game that introduced me to the Fire Emblem franchise. It was my first time diving into a full Fire Emblem games, and I played through the whole campaign, and I liked it. It's one of my highlights. Over to you, Sean.
Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna go 5-1 because I like to build up suspense, and you're gonna get mad at number 1, but you forced me to change it on the fly because I didn't even think of it until you said something. So number 5, it's my burp, is Paper Mario Color Splash.
Yeah.
The game really surprised me. I expected it to suck, and I wasn't all that excited when it came in the mail. And then once I started playing it, I was like, hey, this is a damn good game. So really, it's going to be an under the radar game. I could see, 5, 6, 10 years down the road, people saying it's a real hidden gem on the system, and it will be. Really underrated game.
Which one, sorry?
Number 4 would Paper Mario Color Splash.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah.
be hating,
Yeah.
we be getting cash.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good one.
that's a great game. I love that game.
Mhm.
My kids love that game
good.
with me.
Number 4 would be Doom. Doom is the only. It is the only PS4 game that I bought within like the first week of launch because it was, I don't know, it just looked awesome. I think I actually bought it like the day after it came out, and I love it. Fantastic game, top to bottom. Great graphics, really tight, refined gameplay. No real major issues. The online was really fun, so super fun game. My favorite game of 2016, as the other 3 are not games. Number 3 would be the Nintendo Switch reveal. I definitely had a bit of a change of heart on the system as of late. I initially couldn't stand the stupid thing, but now it's kind of grown on me like a fungus. I was in the, as you guys well are aware, I was in the powerful home console side of things, and then when it wasn't that, I was kind of like, oh, that's lame. But yeah, it really surprised me. Just once you start hearing things, and once you start seeing things, and once you start talking to people, like I really wish I could write up some of the stuff I talked to Emily Rogers about, but we talk off the record because of that. But yeah, we have very interesting tweets or DMs and on Twitter. So yeah, really excited for the system. Number 2 would be this little bad boy. Now I know what you're saying. You talked about the availability of the system and all that stuff. I am not happy about that. I am just happy that something like this happened to bring a boom to retro, because it really helps spotlight just how good retro was. This thing sold 200,000 units in a month, and it was damn near impossible to get. Like, that's how powerful retro gaming is right now. And it's a twofold thing. Is it because of it's the NES, or is it because people just are starting to appreciate retro gaming more because it's better gaming? I think it's the latter of the two. I had a fan of Nintendo Enthusiast find this for me, and I bought it off of him at market value. So yeah, I haven't opened it or anything or played it yet, but I've got to do that for a review. And number 1. Huh?
Are you sure the system's inside there? And he didn't just send you a box of cookies?
A pair of socks or underwear?
I don't know. Let's do
the live unboxing, folks. The live unboxing.
Live unboxing.
Sean's going into it. He's
higher.
Look at the red detailing on that. Yeah, this will get 1 million views now.
Yeah, keep narrating, Jesse. You got a good voice for this.
There you go. He's opening up, and it's in a black container. Looks fantastic. Looks like his poster. He's gonna pop it up. Do we see it? It's taking off the cellophane. Hear that crackle. Hear the crackle of cellophane. The papers. Look at that.
No.
You went to open it. You see that instinct? You tried to open the flap right away.
That's how he knew he was getting a fake when it actually opened up. No.
This thing is so tiny.
That is really small. Like seeing it in perspective to your face. It's like two Sean Long beards. That's how I measure things now, by Sean Long beards.
That is really tiny. I do like the
What is that?
Is this a poster? If this is
an old school NES poster in there as well.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm more excited for this than the damn system.
What is
there? You
this?
go.
Oh, nice.
It's the old, yeah. And Sean, that's been sitting in your house now for like a month, probably, right? Just waiting and.
No, I got it in last week, yeah, or this past week. And number 1, I have not done number 1
controller?
yet.
Where's the controller?
And my You want to see the controller? All right.
I want to see the controller.
I can do my number 1 while I take out the controller. I actually have a whole bunch of controllers to review on this thing.
Let us enjoy this unboxing. Don't taint it.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Look at that controller.
I do like the controller because it feels exactly the same. It's a little lighter. It's definitely lighter, but yeah, definitely feels the same.
Good luck. Was he able to send you a second controller?
No, but I have a company emailed me. 8-Bit Dough wanted me to review their wireless controller that works with this, and I never emailed them back because I didn't have one. And then this guy found me one, and so I emailed him back, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you still got one, but I got my hands on one if you want to send me it. And he was like, yeah, I'll send you it. So nice. he sent me that and like a Super Nintendo one as well.
Sean, how disappointed are you with the length of the controller cord? Asks James.
Well, I mean, it's I already know it's 2 feet,
and we have a prediction on your number 1 moment. It's Obi-Wan plays.
No, but you're close.
Is it? Hey,
I mean,
James?
this is obvious. This is obviously crap. This length is obviously crap. I already have the skit in mind. I'll spoil the skit. So when I review that other controller for this, I'm gonna talk and be like, yeah, the controller length on this is only like 2 feet long. You'd get yelled at if you had this back in the day and you were playing it, with your mom at the house or something like that. And then I'm gonna have it where I'm like right up next to the screen, like playing it because the controller link's only 2 feet. And then I'm gonna have someone be like, "John, get away from the TV!" And I'm like, "You don't know me." Don't know me.
Spoiler alert for the skit.
Wow, did you just fit that whole cord in the screen right now? Like, is that how short it is?
This is the cord. Man.
Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Why would they even do that?
Disgusting. I don't know, man.
Because they had a whole bunch of Wii U nunchuck cords laying around, so we repurposed them.
We didn't even have to suffer that as kids, though. I mean, we had more length than that.
Oh no, no. 6 feet is usually the standard. I've got a bunch of extra controllers that will work on this, so that's good. Plus, I'm probably never really gonna I'm gonna play this once and then put it back in the box and put it on the shelf because I own all the cartridges. Like it has no real lasting value for me. All right, number 1.
Okay.
And this is Jason's fault. Would be, drum roll please, my success.
Oh man.
So let's do a quick recap of 2016.
Are you really just gonna stroke your ego right now?
Yes, because you did my little E3 video. I did it all. Okay.
Yeah, the video that's on this channel that this podcast is on, not a whole other channel.
No. Everything ties together, sir. I wore a Nintendo enthusiast shirt at too many games.
All right, just go on.
All right, so yeah, this year has been super successful for me. Nintendo enthusiast channel kind of, took a little bit of a hit because we decided not to do Switch rumors all the time. So I had some extra time on my hands. I got to go to too many games and do a panel there. I got to go to Fayetteville Comic-Con and do my first solo panel there. I got to be in a Super Nintendo book that's out, the complete Super Nintendo. I've got more panels coming up for next year. I've RGT 85 passed 15,000 subs already. Nintendo Enthusiast passed 21,000 subs already. Enthusiast.gg is starting to take off, and there's a lot of exciting things going on with that. And I'm the shit.
And I quit my job.
And okay, this is my time, not your time. But yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah, and you were a published author.
Amazing year. I'm a published author. I did my first short film, and I'm on Internet Movie Database. Like, just it's seriously insane the amount of shit that happened to me this year.
How can you follow that up in 2017? Like, you're setting yourself up for so much disappointment.
I don't think so. I got a panel in February. I'm going to do something again at Too Many Games. I'm going to go to Retro World Expo because that's in Connecticut, and I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I'll go from two cons to at least 3 cons. I already have a second movie. It's pretty much scripted and it played out in my head perfectly. I just need a couple other people to film it with. I'm going to get a bunch of subs this upcoming year. Opportunity. If anything, opportunities are gonna happen more now because like this was the year when I put in all the work to make for the future. So yeah, it's been crazy, but I'm blessed.
Congrats. All right, now let's get into our worst moments, and I think I have to change my number 1 spot all of a sudden. So,
to Jason, to Sean's success.
5 things we did not like in 2006. The 5 worst things of 2016 for us. In, of course, Nintendo gaming. Justin, feel free to go first.
Wait, is it only Nintendo?
No, if you saw what I was doing, Nintendo as the inner circle, gaming as the outer circle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, again, minor Nintendo based. These are no particular order. Mm-hmm. 5, no online functionality for Super Mario Maker for the 3DS.
Ooh,
I think that was one of the largest misses that they did, and I think that basically destroyed the essence of what Super Mario Maker is. So I thought that was a horrible idea. Breath of the Wild for the Wii U in 2016. Remember a long time ago when we all hoped to be playing Breath of the Wild for the Wii U in November of 2016? That never happened.
It was actually holiday
rubbish.
2015 at one point.
Yeah, well, I just kind of believed it was going to happen in 2016. I just didn't believe in 2015 to start off with.
Okay.
The internet's hate for Federation Force without ever trying the game, and how much people got angry about that game.
That's a good one. Why are you moving your eyes, Sean?
Because what about the hate after they played the game.
Well, I didn't think it was as bad. All right, people didn't give that game a chance. There was petitions to stop a game before it even got out the gate.
But what if you were excited for the game and you made a video defending the game and defending and talking crap about people that were doing exactly what you said, but then when they got the game, they were like, "Holy shit, this sucks."
Well, then you know what? You make some choices along the way. All right. My next one is the NES Mini Classic shortage. I think that was one of the worst moments. I think, Sean, you made all good points about why it's a great thing to have, and I think it was such a fantastic idea. But that shortage, I think, killed it, and I think that was a horrible mistake. I would also include in that a short controller cord. And then my final worst moment is Mighty Number 9 and Star Fox Zero. And let me take a moment to explain this. And it's not that the games were bad. It was that they were really good franchise ideas that I think were poorly executed on, that they could have done a better job in doing.
I'll agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that.
Mighty Number 9, supposed to be a spiritual successor for Mega Man. It was okay, but there was so much more potential there. Star Fox Zero, sure, it was a good game. However, there's so much more potential in the Star Fox series than to do a rehash of Star Fox. Any of the old ones was kind of a shoddy move.
Yeah, good choices. What the Federation Force? I wanted to explore that more.
Yep.
You were saying there was a lot of hate on that, but you could say the same. There was a lot of hate around a lot of Nintendo games this year. Paper Mario Color Splash got a lot of hate before anybody even got to play it. Remember that?
Yeah, but I think the internet yelled very, like, I don't remember online petitions to end Color Splash.
Well,
I do remember online petitions to end Federation Force.
You're right. It was probably more whatever.
There has been very rarely any video that has more dislikes than likes when published on a YouTube channel than we talk about Federation Force. And I think that became a little bit of a resounding theme. Now, I would agree with Sean. Is the game fantastic, perfect, great? No, but like, let's at least give a game an opportunity and a chance, right? Before we start making some broad strokes and decisions about it without ever playing it. I think there's a lot of fun to it, a lot of potential. Sure, would I have loved to be more Metroid based? Yeah, absolutely. But I think they did a good job, and you have to let developers try new things. It's how we get new ideas and new games, right? So I don't know. It just felt like there was a lot of hate for it. I know there was a lot of hate before it came out. I know that like even some reviews, refused to do it. Just a lot of garbage.
Did you review it yourself, Justin?
We did review it for the show after it was released. We went out and purchased it and gave our own kind of review and impressions of it. And Zach and I both played it. We both played online together. We actually thought it was pretty decent for what it was.
Just curious, do you score your games in your reviews, or
we don't? No, okay. We don't do any scoring in our reviews.
Okay. On our side, Sean, it was you that reviewed it for Nintendo Enthusiasts, right?
Yes.
What'd you give it?
Yes. 4.5.
Whoa, really? I thought it was like 6
sucks.
or 7. I forgot that you scored it so low.
No, 4.5. The game sucks. It's not fun. It's boring. It's slow. There's nothing to it. It's a soulless game. And it's crap.
And to be fair,
but
Justin,
it did not make my list.
Sean was defending Federation Force against all that hate until he reviewed it.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing I have. This is a general statement. Take Metroid out of it altogether. The hate that people can have on a trailer for a video game and make decisions about it before it's even made. That's the thing that irritates me now. We as gamers. Right, that we make these broad jumps and assumptions. Now, Sean, if you didn't like it and you picked it up and you still reviewed it and you didn't like it, then it's justified.
Right.
But,
no, I get what you're saying.
But at least hands on it to make that decision, right? As opposed to just like, this trailer sucks, hate it, worst thing ever.
Well, you saw that in a few other games too. What was it? Call of Duty that got that hate this year?
Could have, yeah.
Maybe the
Infinite Warfare trailer.
Yeah, there was a whole like Infinite Warfare thing when they first revealed it, and people were just disliking it like crazy because I think it was in space.
Yeah,
I think like that was the only reason that people were disliking it, and yeah, then it becomes the cool thing, the cool trendy thing to hate on something just because it doesn't meet people's expectations of what they want, which is oftentimes more of the same. Well, if you want more of the same, just go back and play the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go to my 5 worst moments of 2016. There's a few duplicates here, of course. One of them, in general, NX Rumors. I absolutely hated 2016 for every week something new on NX Rumors, and I made a point here to point out the 3D printed controller, because I think that was the pinnacle of how ridiculous this stuff got, and we got fooled too. We have 3 videos on this channel of us analyzing this 3D printed controller that looked like Stewie Griffin's head or like a football. Yeah. But by far, it ruined my 2016. All those rumors. It was. And we're still there with, now it's just Switch rumors. So I can't wait till, I hope we don't just keep seeing this. Like later on, maybe it'll be Switch game rumors, and rumors will be a thing. We'll see. The NES Classic Mini shortages. While I didn't want one for myself so much, I would have loved to give it to family that's more into casual gaming and actually loved NES gaming and fell out of gaming after that because they just love NES. Mighty Number 9's launch was another one that you talked about, which was just an embarrassment, and it kind of soured the whole Kickstarter. I think it was the nail in the coffin for Kickstarters, for indie Kickstarters, and that's kind of a shame. This one, the next 2 are kind of personal. One of them is waiting after my 3DS capture card for 6 months. So going into 2016. We knew that there was a lot of 3DS games coming for 2016. I said, this is the perfect time for us to step up our game at Nintendo Enthusiasts, and we're going to do video reviews of 3DS games and do 3DS coverage because I'm going to get capture card. And I bought it at the end of 2015. I was so excited, and it was very expensive. And by the time it came in, half the 3DS games were already launched. I got it in like the summer, and then I don't feel like I got my value's worth, and the 3DS now is kind of on its last few legs, so that sucked. And then the last one here is I was very sad that Week in Review and Indie Corner got canceled.
You canceled it.
It wasn't good. It was too much work.
You canceled it.
You canceled it too. It was a mutual decision.
No. It was a mutual decision, but I would have never went and said, "Hey, let's cancel the show." You came to me with that, and then I was like,
because I was doing all the editing. All you were to do was spend 30 minutes and talk in front of a camera.
Hey, got views, baby. Got views.
Yeah, then I had to put in like 5 hours of work to actually make it look okay. And I could add more, but yeah, those were. I was looking back at 2016 through the YouTube channel, and I was seeing our old Nintendo and 90 and all those old shows. We canceled like 4 or 5 shows this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we used to have a lot more series, and we kind of killed a lot of them early in the year. Sure.
Yeah.
So that's my list.
I agree with you, Jason, on those NX rumors too. Like we were guilty of it as well on our channel, right? Like we got to a point where we're like, okay, this is now this week's NX rumors, right? Like,
yeah,
we kind of put a little bit bumper. This is our rumors. Let's start going. There'll always be rumors about games and systems, right, for countless amounts. But it just felt like it was such a fevered pitch that it was ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you had the creation of a lot of YouTube channels, which actually grabbed onto that and kind of gave it more of a voice. And I'm not singling out one channel. There was so many people that did it here that it kind of became a whole community as a whole to just hash out and talk and yell over all these different rumors.
My turn?
It's your turn.
All right, number 5, I still have a day job. That's kind of lame. Yeah. Number 4, no Wii U games. Like, come on, man. There was like 3 games all year.
Pretty much.
That sucks. And it was lame. No Zelda release in 2016. I'm tired of waiting. The Wii U version should have came out this year. Switch version next year. It makes sense. It wouldn't have cannibalized it. Who is calling me on Facebook? Ignore.
Sean, I agree with you that 100% on that statement.
I mean, it sucks, man. Like, it wouldn't have cannibalized sales because everyone that says that it would, I say, oh yeah, because it really Smash Brothers really was cannibalized by the 3DS, which has 5 times the user base, and the Wii U version didn't sell for shit. Oh wait, no, it's like the best-selling game on the system, and yeah, so it would have been fine. Number 2 was Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go sucks. It's crap. It's diarrhea, and I don't like it. It's stupid, and nobody plays it anymore. And number 1,
I caught a Pikachu the other day with a Santa hat.
Shut up! We all know what my number 1 is. It would have to be, drumroll please, the Game Awards.
Oh,
my God.
Yes.
My God. Game Awards / Jeff Keighley. I hope that he read every single, because he tweets people back. He had to have seen all of my terrible, mean tweets to him, and I don't care, because if I saw him somewhere, I would say it directly to him. I would say, "You're an idiot," because he's an idiot, and the Game Awards is terrible and stupid, and it needs to stop. And Keighley just needs to do something else with his time. And you tried. It's okay to try and fail. There's nothing wrong with trying and failing in life, but when you continually try and you continually try to do the same thing over and over again, and you always get the same result, now you're into the realm of insanity. And that's honestly where he is at. He's just like insane. He thinks that he is this transcending person who transcends gaming, and oh yeah, Kojima's my best friend. He's like the dude in high school that nobody likes. And like if you see him in the hallway and you walk by and he's like, "Hey," you're like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" All of a sudden you two are best friends. He's like, "Yeah, man, the cool kids are my best friends now." Like, dude, no. You gave Kojima this fellatio, and he didn't even give you a handshake when you were done. He didn't even give you a hug. He was just like, "All right, get out of my house." Like, come on, man.
Sean, are you upset because you didn't get the Trending Gamer Award?
That was, oh my God, that was so dumb. At least Angry Joe didn't win. If Angry Joe would have won, I probably would have smashed my computer.
Did you like the Game Awards, Justin?
But the best part,
they're not horrible. I do find it a little bit too commercial, a bit too corporate-y.
This year specifically.
Right? It feels like everyone's paying to kind of get their praises and their handshakes and their hurrahs. I do like the, hey, here's a first preview, right? Like for me, I tuned in I want to see that Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer. I want to see what's going on with Yacht Club Games. And I did watch the Let's Play for Zelda Breath of the Wild, which to be honest, I don't think that helped. I don't think they should have done that. Bill Trinan, what were you thinking? You and the Treehouse Kid, not a great idea. But so that's kind of when I'll watch it, and also because news will break from it that we have to cover, right? So it's kind of like we kind of have to watch it.
True, I made Sean watch it. He didn't have to,
apparently.
But I might as well get some entertainment out of it. You were gonna say something, Sean?
Shane was more entertaining than I was.
Yeah, we had Shane and Lee, right? We had 4 people watching that.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Were you? I cut you off, Sean. Were you gonna say something else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And then finally, for our last segment of lists, and this one I'm kind of coming up empty with it, but holiday gift ideas, and it's kind of late. I'm kind of hoping most people did their holiday shopping. I have not. I haven't done anything. But what would be anything you guys would suggest as a good gift for a Nintendo fan or a gamer in general?
Sure. So I've got 5 holiday gift ideas for you. My first one is actually Good Smile Figma figures. So they have these are fantastic kind of figurines. They're about $45 Canadian. They've got Mega Man. They've got a lot of the Link series. Check those out. I've got one from Wind Waker, which I think are fantastic. But yeah, Good Smile Figma figures are fantastic. An NES Mini. If you can get one, you should do that. Why would you not?
Right.
So do that. More mana. Thank you very much, Sean. Stroking the box. Very nice job.
I think he's licking it too.
He's licking the box. That's unfortunate. You go really well with the NES Mini. I would suggest you wrap under the tree the Playing with Power book, which you can find on Amazon for I think it's about $30, but it covers I think 30 games of the NES. Classic NES. Actually, I've got one here. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
I almost bought that tonight. I think I will buy it tonight.
Spontaneous buy.
I'm buying it.
I should have grabbed that. There it is. Here it is, folks. It's actually shaped as an NES cartridge.
I like that.
Check that out. See fine detail in the back.
Wow.
And that's bigger than a person's head for sure.
Yeah, it's quite a few
And then
Sean
inside,
Longbeards.
when you open it up,
Wait, was that
Idiot.
was that a sleeve that you like just took off?
it is. Yeah, that's a sleeve,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and it's actually like even like down here, it's ridged,
Ooh.
so it actually feels. Yeah, like look at that. Look at the
30
detail.
bucks.
Like,
This
you
is
got the
30 bucks
lines.
like Canadian?
Yeah, it's $30 Canadian as I got it.
Wow, that's good.
Or like 35 Canadian, I think tops.
I
But
just-
yeah,
I
go
just
go
bought
through
it.
your. There you go, nice. The
Okay.
games covered in here are what is this? Excite Bike, Ice Climber, Super Mario, Balloon Fight,
Mario.
Donkey Kong Jr., Mario Brothers, Kid Icarus, Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Punch Out, Super Mario 2, Adventure of Link, Super Mario 3, Star Tropics, Dr. Mario,
And
Kirby's
what's the book?
Adventure.
What's the book? Is it just covering the like history of the games, or?
Covers the history of the games. They actually provide some like artwork from it. A lot of the maps. There's like compression tips
Can
on
you
how
show
they
some
did some of
pages?
these things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Ooh. Some
Yeah,
compression tips.
This
You
is an
said?
absolute. Yeah, I was flipping through. I saw compression. There was some information about how they compressed it. But like here's like a giant one for Super Mario 4 or 3. Sorry.
World Farm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they do like a lot of mapping. Through the unseen gap. Hold the B button and reach this side of the world. So they use a lot of great information here. It's really quite cool. It's very cool. So yeah, I totally recommend this book. Playing with Power, and it was actually sanctioned by Nintendo, so that's even better.
Nice.
And it's got some weight to it, so that's a nice pairing to go with your NES Classic. The next thing I would say is the new Nintendo 3DS
Mm-hmm.
with the faceplates for like the black and white ones. If you can get a hold of those, I think in the US they're under $100. Canada, I think it's like 130. But those are fantastic, great for kids, nice and small. You can change the faceplates. Kids will love that. And there's so many awesome games in the 3DS, right? So many awesome games that you can pick up.
For sure.
You're not a shortage, right? I mean, if you're thinking just kids games right now, I can throw off the top of my head. Pokemon Sun and Moon. By the way, the latest Mario Party Star Rush was actually really awesome for kids and fun. I saw like a lip curl from Sean there, so maybe he doesn't think
He
that.
reviewed that one.
Yeah, I thought, from a parenting perspective, I thought it was really quite good and a lot of fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, Kirby's, Robobot, tons of great games in there. So pick it up.
Yep.
And then my final one, guys, is a Nintendo eShop gift card. $50. There are a ton of indie games on there that you can pick up that you can't get normally in retail, right? Axiom Verge is a great example of that, right? You can't get that in retail. That's a digitally. You got to go pick it up. Gunman
Guacamelee.
Clive, Shantae, all kinds of great games. I would say gift certificate as well. Those are my 5 items.
Nice. Sean, do you have a list?
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it as I go along. Number 5 would be money. You always got to give someone money. It's a great thing, and you can never have enough of it. Number 4 would be the complete SNES book.
There it is.
It's a fantastic book with a lot of excellent authors, including myself, that are in there.
SNES book. Okay, looking at this one. So is that
Number-
Amazon?
I'm not sure.
The complete NES book.
Kickstarter project.
Yeah, it's already out. There's a hardbound and a softbound book.
There's this chump website called Nintendo Enthusiast. It looks like they did a review of it.
Did you review your own
Should I
book on
validate
our
that
site?
source?
No, I didn't review it. I just talked about it because I was in it.
Okay.
Number 3 would be the NES Classic, which you won't find it. Number 2
Restock in 2
would
days.
be 3DS, and number 1 would be honestly the retro USB AVS. Probably the best way to play your Nintendo carts. A little pricey for sure. It's definitely, if you're looking for something cheaper, I just did one that was $50 that has HD out as well. That's pretty solid. But if you consider yourself a serious NES player and you have NES carts, you're an idiot if you don't at least check out the AVS, because it's legit. It's legit as hell.
All right, I guess I'll just toss up 3 that I thought right now. Amiibo, if you're still into that, there's They're still coming out with new amiibo. You just got some new Zelda ones that you can pick from. I'm still hoarding quite a few. Another one is retail indie games. There's been quite a surge in retail indie games lately. So you can pick up Shovel Knight, that came out like over a year ago. But more recently, you now have the Steam World Collection that you can get, which are 2 amazing games.
Great collection.
You have Shantae, Half Genie Hero, which I'm not sure if it comes out before Christmas or not. I think it might come out
December
right after.
20th is the digital. I don't know if it's coming out physical.
Yeah, I think retail might be 27th or something. I could be wrong. And then I think if you're in the UK, you have access to Fast Racing Neo retail as well. And I think that because if you're a collector, I'm pretty sure those are going to be worth something because we are at the end of the Wii U life cycle, and these are probably going to be pretty. There's probably not a lot of them made. And my third is. Get unique things like this. So I bought those on, I think, Etsy. I don't use that site a lot, so I'm not sure if that's what it is. Is Etsy the craft store?
Yeah, Etsy's the craft store.
Okay, go on Etsy, type Nintendo or your favorite Nintendo franchise, and you're going to find some cool, unique stuff that you can't find in stores, and I think that's awesome. So these were actually prints I got from an artist, and I actually got them blown up and plaqued so that they will stand the test of time.
Nice.
So there are 13 good ideas for you guys for this Christmas or the next, or if you're ever looking for presents. All right, so let's get into the lightning round. This is where we take user topics and questions. So fire it up in the chat. Let us know what you thought about any topics we covered tonight. Do you have any questions for us, for Justin, as he is our special guest for tonight? Or anything you want us to talk about, let us know. And remember, this is our last Class vs. Crass podcast for 2016. We will be taking a break for 2 to 3 weeks, and we'll be back in January, just in time for the Switch full detail reveal.
Firewatch, let me tell you about that Firewatch Unlimited Run games. It was 10:02 no, it was 10:01. And I was talking to Alpha Omega Sin. I was like, hey, go get a Firewatch. I'm gonna go get mine. And he was like, okay. And I went to their website at 10:02 on my cell phone on my smoke break. The game came out at 10 o'clock, and I put it in my cart. I went to check out, and it was sold out. I was so mad. And so I didn't get it. It sucks, man.
It's limited run.
It's 2 minutes!
Yeah, they've got a pretty good model going because
I was so pissed off.
They're going to make more if there's enough demand.
No, they're not. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I can probably get them to put one off to the side.
There you go. Milk those contacts. This is your segment, Sean. You like to run it, so.
What do you think about Nintendo's lineup in general this year? Well, we don't really know. As in this year, as in 2016, it sucked. 2017, we don't know anything, so.
They definitely let the Wii U die a very slow and painful death in 2016. And I think, Sean, you said, I think there's a total of 4 games released.
Yeah, something like that.
We've got Star Fox and Star Fox Guard. There's 1, 2 combo.
Yeah, the
Tokyo Mirage.
Mm-hmm. You had the Zelda HD.
Tokyo Mirage. Right, Zelda HD. Right.
Pokken
and then
Tournament.
Pokken, yeah. And then Color Splash somewhere in there too. It was in October, right? So, yeah, like it was. If you were a Wii U fan, this was a tough year, especially after a great year before with Splatoon and Mario Maker.
Here's a fun fact.
This was a really tough year.
Here's a fun fact, Justin. Not sure if you knew this, but I heard that there was a lot of budget in place for Switch marketing in Q4 of this year. So earlier in this year, a lot of things pointed at the Switch supposed to being out for the holidays.
Yep. Yeah, I heard that as well, but they ended up turning it away because Kimishima said that there was not enough games in the pipeline to assist that cycle. So yeah, I did hear that as well. So you can definitely feel that, right? Like we go with Paper Mario, and then conveniently after Paper Mario is released, 2 weeks later we see the first reveal of the Switch.
Yeah.
Right, and then it's nothing.
Yeah, and even Paper Mario had very little marketing attached to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, very very thin, right? And then it's just waiting. So you can tell that I mean they didn't have anything there to pad out either. And now we're even seeing some of the indie developers kind of like, oh, we're gonna wait till the Switch,
Yep.
right? So yeah, it's unfortunate for sure. I actually had someone ask me, they're like, should I buy a Wii U right now? And I was like, oh, well, I don't think you should.
What are you excited for in 2017 and not excited for? I'm not excited for the traditional shittery that will be thrown around in the world of modern gaming. I'm excited for the Switch.
2017 Game Awards.
Stop it. I'm also excited for Resident Evil. Resident Evil, I'm very excited about.
Zelda.
I'm yes, yeah, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. That is the thing that I am psyched for. I hope it does not get delayed till November of 2017.
No, I hope not.
But I feel like there's this gut feeling in me that thinks it's going to.
That would hurt.
Yeah,
Jason?
what am I not excited for? Zelda being delayed.
2017. I'm excited for Nintendo to kind of be relevant in the news again, more like having more weekly news other than these like major announcements every 2-3 months. I'm excited for a new Mario game. Like, what is this 3D Mario all about? And not excited for rumors and modern gaming BS.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
it.
Now that the Wii U is basically dead, what are your guys' top 3 Wii U games?
Ooh, gonna have to think on that.
Bayonetta 2 is somewhere in there. Mario Kart 8 is somewhere in there. And I don't DuckTales Remastered. I don't know. That just came into my head, so I went with it.
But you, Justin?
I'll add a couple that are not on Sean's list because I do agree though with your list there for Sean. I'd say Splatoon. I would say Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and I would say Color Splash.
Color Splash, yeah, that is a good
Jason?
one. I don't know off the top of my head. Probably the SteamWorld collection, honestly. It's such good games. Other than I'm trying to not repeat any.
You know, you didn't say Star Fox.
Oh, Woolly World, Yoshi's Woolly World. Oh my God, you have to play that.
It's a great game.
No, Star Fox Zero was fun. I enjoyed it, but it's not like it's good in 2016 where there's very low competition. But it's it's not an amazing game. Like I reviewed, I gave it an 8. It's good. I enjoyed it, but that's it. I wouldn't actually recommend. I would not recommend it to anyone to pay full price for Star Fox Zero.
Pikmin 3 is good.
It is. It's one of those games though I played once and that was enough. Wind Waker HD. Wind Waker HD was really good.
Yes, there you
go. Did you play the RE7 demo? I did. I don't think the demo is going to be very indicative of the final game though, because you've seen a lot more gameplay elements, weapons, more creature-based things as opposed to just humans. I think you got to remember, like, no Resident Evil game just takes place in one little area. Like, look at Resident Evil 0. If you would have, seen that, you'd be like, oh, the whole game takes place on a train. No, it's just a small part. Oh, the whole game takes place in this mansion. No, there's the whole outside. There's a laboratory. There's the other stuff. So, I think the house will play a big part. It'll be the main setting, but I think you're going to see a lot of outside settings. And there may even be a character switch that I think... I could see that happening. With thoughts on Ukulele canceled. I'm not surprised. Everything's canceled.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
It's unfortunate. I believe that my gut feeling is that we're going to see in January when they do the Switch lineup that Ukulele will be released day and date with the Xbox and PlayStation versions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Where can we find the book for the complete SNES? I'll put a link. I think it's Hagen's Alley. I'm looking for a link. So
all right. What other questions? So we're going to take about 3 more questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. What are your guys' thoughts on many Kickstarter projects and games that are now saying the Wii U games being canceled for Switch? Sorry, canceled for Switch? Oh, the Wii U game is being canceled in favor of the Switch. I think that's very smart. It must be very hard for a developer to justify putting any energy in Wii U when literally everybody has abandoned it. They stopped making Wii U's. Like, there's, I don't know. I'm not even mad anymore. Like, at this point, it's like, yeah, I get it. Just put it out on the Switch.
I just think go ahead. No, you go.
I was saying I backed Bloodstained. They haven't defined or haven't clearly said it's canceled on the Wii U yet. But I mean, by the time they're getting it out, which is supposed to be 2018, I'm going to have been moved on to the Switch by then, and I'm not bringing out my Wii U dusting off to play Bloodstained. So I would appreciate them just be like, yeah, we're moving it to Switch. You cool with that? So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. It just shows the flaws of Kickstarter. You have shit like, Hex Heroes and stuff. Like, you made a whole game for the Wii U, and now the Wii U is dead. Like, good job. Like, I don't know, it's kind of dumb. What happened to those Project Cars guys? A bunch of liars, and a lot of other words I'd like to say, but I'm not going to say it. Because they lied to me personally, and you don't lie to me.
Personal vendetta.
We'll take one more question here. This is a good question to end on. Do you think that the Switch will be as successful as the 3DS? No, but I actually did a podcast over on Player Essence this past week, and one of the questions was, how many units will the Switch sell in the first year? I went with, if it's over $250, it'll be around 8 million. If it's less than $250, it'll be around 12 million.
So, will the Switch be as successful as the 3DS? It can be. It can be. Will it be? It all depends on marketing and launch lineup. Justin?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's a tough one, because I think so long as the 3DS exists, it cannot surpass the 3DS in that way. I don't think it'll be as successful as the 3DS, but I do think it will definitely have a level of success associated with it. But I think. I don't think off the hop it will pass it. I think when you look at the numbers tracking, it won't. But I think maybe when we eventually get to like Switch 2 or Switch 3 maybe, and the 3DS is no longer in existence at all, and we only have this one device, then I think you'll have seen that since there's not a second option, it's successful. It will go.
Okay. And
sounds good.
All right, we're gonna have to wrap it up. We're 25 minutes over the usual hour, which is kind of typical when we have a guest here with us. So again, repeating that this is our last podcast for 2016. We'll be taking a break for a few weeks. We hope all of you guys get a bit of vacation time too over the holidays. Spend some time with your friends, family, or even if you enjoy spending time by yourself, hope you get some of that. Justin, where can people find more of you and all that stuff?
Sure. So if you want to follow me personally, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Masson, MASSON 23. And if you want to follow the Nintendo Dads podcast, it's at Nintendo Dads on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias, YouTube, and you can subscribe to our podcast on Google Play, Stitcher, and iTunes as well. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for having me on the show. This was fantastic. It was a great conversation.
Hey, thanks for coming on, buddy.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Justin. Sean, what about you? Where any well wishes for the holidays or any promo you want to do?
No, I mean, just expect the usual. I'm not doing anything for the holidays. I'm gonna sit at my house.
Do you need friends to come visit you?
I don't like friends. Okay. No, don't come to my house unless you have a pack of menthols or some Diet Dr. Pepper for me. Yeah, just I'll just be
what
chilling. What
if they're lady type friends?
Well, yeah, I mean, they can come
with
over
Dr. Pepper and menthols.
I showed you that Zelda blanket I got, dude.
Yeah,
That thing was
yeah, I did.
dope as hell.
All right.
Yeah, but you know, you'll find me at the usual spots. You should know how to find me by now.
All right. We'll see you guys in 2017. Have a happy new year, all that good stuff. 2017 is looking to be a really good one for Nintendo. So looking forward to discussing all the new things coming out in the new year. We'll see you guys in a few more weeks. Keep it classy over the holidays, or as Sean would say.
Keep it crusty.
And we'll see you in the new year. You gonna sing us off? Maybe something a little dramatic.
The mood is right. Spirits up. We're here tonight. And that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Bow, 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 bow. That's my favorite Christmas song.